everybody take over, the party's over. Tell them betrayers finito, the game is over. I feel the force over me like I'm battles over. Tell them return of the one only Master Yoda. When I'm around rockin', there's no more umbrella. She's Bonnie, I'm Clyde, she's Scooby, and I'm the over. Haters, I'm ready to turn them in hard believers. I'm gonna shine everywhere like a supernova. Now tell me, what do you want from me? Yeah, I'm gonna shine everywhere like a supernova. Everybody take over, the party's over. Tell them betrayers finito, the game is over. I feel the force over me like a battle's over. Tell them return of the one only Master Yoda. When I'm around rockin', there's no more umbrella. She's Bonnie, I'm Clyde, she's Scooby, and I'm the over. Haters, I'm ready to turn them in hard believers. I'm gonna shine everywhere like a supernova.
Mic check. Quand je prends, je mets. No, no! Welcome to Club Shada, episode 166. 20 years. I hope everybody is in the best spirits. I hope everybody had a great beginning of a week. What did I do this week? Nothing. Since the year started, I've just been chilling. I got to tell you about my show. And but before I go, I hope everybody's fine. I want to say hi to all the new subscribers to the channel. More than 5,000 new people. Luvensky, Arthur, 4,000. Zarna, your girl Tiana, Dasha, D. Bonzo, Bruno. That's everybody that are new subscribers to the YouTube channel. I want to also say hi to our Facebook audience. If you're watching from Facebook, put some rainbows in the chat. If you are watching from YouTube, put some unicorns in the chat. And of course, don't forget to put your likes. I've seen that lots of likes on Facebook. Nice. YouTube. Go ahead. So yeah, from time to time we go live from Facebook as well, and sometimes Twitch. And in the future, I believe that I will sometimes go live on all platforms at the same time: YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, etc. But I'm working on it. This show is brought to you by Shada, where the gods of good fortune. It is midnight and 41 minutes in Lisbon, Portugal. I started the show a little earlier, just because I was ready. I was just ready on time, and I was like, all right, let's go. Sometimes I ask myself if I should have my intro start after one song, so 5 minutes more or less, or 4 minutes, or if I should play two songs. I like two songs. Give people the time to come in, etc. But at the same time, sometimes, especially on Facebook, some people, they show up, then they disappear after 5 minutes if the show didn't start. So but in reality, I don't conform myself to platforms. The platforms conform themselves to me and the people as well. So I'm gonna do as I want to do. I have a good show for you tonight. We're gonna go down to the memory lane. I want to acknowledge this. Oh, there's no stream royalty. What? If you want to be the first stream royalty of 2023, all you need to do to be the stream royalty the whole month, all you need to do is do a donation of $1, and you become the stream royalty. You go to YouTube, you click on the super chat icon, and poof, you become the stream royalty. You're the king of the stream until somebody donates more than you. Now you know. So, how you been, guys? I've been doing great. Let me see who's here. Theodore Chimanga, Happy New Year on Facebook. Catherine, hello sis. I hope you're doing good. Sabrina, I hope you're doing good. So everybody tell me, put the flag of where you're watching from and what time it is, where you are watching. José Felix, oi, boa noite. Espero que tudo está bem. Provavelmente lá em Brasil, ou se calhar outro país. Mas, Fort Bliss in Texas, it is 7 and oh, Master Electronic. There we go. Stream royalty. Ça fait longtemps que tu n'étais pas stream royalty. So, my brother Master Electronic, how you feeling? I hope you're doing great. I hope you are in your bed and not still hospitalized. I hope you're doing better and that your breathing is good. Like I told you, you're going to be fine. Thanks. Malcolm Beats, what it do? Emery, what it does? I hope everybody's doing good. So it's very interesting, you know. Facebook is special. I schedule my live for midnight and 30, right? So if I come live at midnight and 30 or 31, 32, more or less, then everybody gets on the notification. Now, if I go live before schedule, so I started live 6 minutes before schedule, and a lot of people either didn't receive my WhatsApp notification or didn't receive the YouTube notification. This is crazy. That's what, listen, we should all go on, you should all be part of my Discord so that on the Club Shada special Discord channel, when I go live, I send a notification to you guys. But yeah, so 1:44 in Sweden, Montreal 7:45. How's the weather in Montreal? How's it going out there? Yeah. Listen. So, let me tell you how my when I do a show, when people want to book me for a show, the first thing they have to do before it appears on my planning, it appears anywhere, on my Spotify profile, on Kaysha.com, etc. The first thing you have to do is pay me 50%. Why? So that I don't book a date and block a date, then I cannot sell anymore to anybody else. And then at the last minute or a week before or 4 days before, you just tell me that, oh, you cannot do the show for whatever reason. We went through this enough in my career that at a point we were like, nah, listen, I don't care if you are my brother, my best friend. If you want to book a show, it's very simple. You pay 50% of the price. And so if you cancel, I keep my money. Now, if you cancel like 2 days before the show, and so you didn't give me the chance to book another date, right, in place of your show, I will just keep your 50%. And if you want to book another show, you will need to pay me again. Now, if you give me enough time, like 2 weeks, a week, 10 days, whatever, and you say, oh, listen, for whatever reason, we have to rebook on another date, it's okay. You paid 50% and you have 6 months to choose another date. And then before I come to the show in the new date, you'll give me the other 50%. And if it's in another country, you will pay me before I take the plane. So I don't just go there to have conversations with you. I'm not interested in a negotiation. People love to have last minute negotiation in the hotel room just before the show, and then they try to convince you that, oh, you have to go, your fans are waiting, oh my God, blah 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 blah, and you're like, I'm going back to my room. So as I learned, as I went through the motions of performing, dealing with promoters, etc., I learned to place all these things and to not be emotional about the shows. Even if the fans are waiting and I haven't been paid, you will not pressure me into, the fans are waiting. I don't care. If you don't pay me, it's your fault that the fans are waiting. It's not my fault. So a lot of people, they get emotional with these things. And I was like this too when I was younger. I was like, oh, the fans are waiting. Oh my God. Okay, let's do it. And then they say, don't worry. Soon as the show is over, I'll pay you. Of course, soon as the show is over, they disappear, or they invent something, or they say, oh, we had a problem, or somebody stole the money, whatever. They will find a trick to not pay you. So, bless up, MJ. So you start understanding that in reality, you really need to take care of your business and to protect your side. And it's not just for shows, it's for anything where you have to do a work, even beat making, performing on a song, or anything that somebody has to pay me before I start. I need 50%. And same thing, when I hire somebody to do a job, a beat or whatever, somebody who either, depending on the business we work, if we decide that you want X amount for the work, I'll pay you 50% before you start working, so that if you don't do what you're supposed to do after a certain point, I can start pressuring you. And because you want your 50%, the rest of the money, you work and deliver me on time. So this takes us to the first of the year. Listen. So first of the year, listen, the 31st was crazy. 31st, partying, everybody at the house, family, kids. I think I went to sleep at 7 a.m. Everybody woke up in the house around 11, 12. So I was really tired. Kids, we were there, we ate, everything. Wife and sister-in-law were completely tired. But okay, we're chilling. Midnight and a half, I start Club Shada last week. And during the show, I was super tired. I don't know if it was visible, but I was really feeling like something here. Like I knew I was tired, and I knew I needed to sleep at least 1 hour before going to the show. Because if not, that would have been horrible. So I'm here. So I think we started Club Shada at midnight and a half, and we were done at 2 a.m. this time, Portuguese time. The show was at 4 a.m. and no, I think I finished around 1:45 a.m. I don't remember. Anyway, I didn't do a long show. Now, just after the show, I upload the episode to Spotify and the podcast So because you can also check this show out on Spotify and all the podcast platforms in audio. So soon as I finish the show, I upload the file straight to those platforms. Now, I'm here and I'm really feeling tired. Now I'm really feeling like the whole New Year Eve celebration aftermath. I'm so tired. But I still have to prepare the show. So all my show are already prepared. I have a lot of mega mixes, medley of all my hits that are already in place in my folders. So sometimes I just send a link to the DJ so that they already have the show, and when I come, they just have downloaded it. But in any case, I always have my I don't know where it is. I always have a USB pen drive, one of my USB pen drive ready with some songs and the show. And I was not finding that drive. And I was like, okay, listen, here's what I'm gonna do. Here's how I'm gonna plan the thing. I'm gonna prepare my show, put everything in a pen, have my clothes, everything ready. Then I'm gonna go on the sofa and I'm gonna sleep for at least 1 hour. And because I could not find a pen drive, I had to then go and look in my all my stuff, find a pen drive. Once I found one, I had to clean it, then copy the show in it, then put everything in my pants, and then have everything ready. Then I put TV and I try to sleep, and I don't know, I didn't really sleep well. Around 2:30, I finally start getting asleep. And I really didn't want to go perform at all. I was like, listen, even when those guys book the show, I said to myself, what's the point of booking a show on the 1st of January? When the party is on the 31st. It made no sense to me. But they were like, no, we're doing a big 3 days party. I was like, okay, listen, it's up to you. All I know is that if I have to perform on the 31st, you have to pay 3 times the price. So, of course, they preferred, everybody's scared of booking me on the 31st or on the 24th, because of course, it's more expensive. So they're like, no, we want you on the 1st. But I was like, people are gonna be tired. Nah, don't worry, we got this. You got this? Okay, cool, no problem. Pay me my 50%. They pay the 50%. Okay, I'm cool. Now, took the 50%, bought some Christmas present, put them under the tree. We good. Now, the whole New Year's Eve, the day was amazing. Not only the day was amazing, but the time was amazing. It was 18 degrees Celsius all night, so super warm, great weather. It rained for 4 days before, and the day of New Year's Eve, it was not raining. But the day of the show, on the 1st of January, it started raining early in the morning, and it rained all day. And it probably stopped raining around 8 p.m. Then it rained again at 10 p.m. and then it stopped raining around 1 a.m. I was like, oh, listen, from my experience, every time I have a show and there is a lot of rain that day, there's a 50% chance that most people will not go to the show, or half of the people will not go, because when it's raining, people don't want to drive, people don't want to go get out the house, take the subway, whatever is the reason. When there's rain, people tend to want to stay at home. Now, the whole day I was like, wait a minute, yesterday was New Year's Eve. People probably got drunk, spent the whole night partying, celebrating the new year. Everybody stayed sleeping until I don't know what time. Then it was raining, so everybody stayed in bed, and everybody's probably feeling like me, which is I was in my sofa, on my sofa. I have my pillow when I want to sleep in the living room. I have my pillow. I got my listen. I have my whole thing there, super comfortable. I was just there, and I was like, I just want to stay there. I don't want to go. I don't want to go perform. Just want to, and until when it was like, sometimes you can't sleep because whatever is the stress. But when the sleep is starting to find you, it's so good. And then by 3, I know before going to sleep, I just told Siri to put my alarm at 2:50. And listen, when I heard my alarm, I was in despair because I was just entering deep sleep after 20 minutes. And then Siri wakes me up. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, how long till this guy come pick me up? So I'm waiting for DJ Beleza to come pick me up. And he told me 3 a.m. at your house. So it's like 2:55. And I'm just like this, like. And I have my eyes closed, but I'm awake. And I'm just like, I have to put my pants. I have to go put my shirt and then be ready for the show. Put some oil on my bird. Pick my glasses. Let's go. And then pick a towel for the sweat and one of these sushi roll hoodies for after the show. So I'm just ready to jump out the sofa and move and just go down and go to the show. Maybe sleep a little more in the car. And after that, do my show, half an hour, then come back home. But listen, I don't want to go. All I want is to sleep. Because I'm just like everybody else. I'm tired. And in my opinion, I'm like, who's partying today? And I get a phone call at 3:05 from my booking agent, DJ Beleza, telling me. And I'm like, yo. And he's like, I was thinking it would tell me, I'm downstairs. He tells me, hey, there's only 10 people at the party. And I'm like, word. But in my head, I'm like, thank God. So I'm like, okay. And he's like, yeah, they are asking us if you don't mind postponing the show to another one of their parties, like, in the later date, in a month or 2 or whatever, Valentine's Day, something else. They're asking if you agree to them do the show another night without losing their 50%, their deposit. I told him, yeah, no problem. All good. Fine for me. And he's like, I was already on the car coming to get you, and they call me. And I was like, I'm in my bed, bro. And I'm very happy about this news. He's like, oh, you're not upset? I'm like, no, not at all. Listen, this is so cool this is so cool when instead of surviving from shows become extra money. This is so cool because listen, it's not that I'm not gonna say I don't want to take that money, because I take it, of course. But the great thing is I don't need it. If I had it, listen, I would buy some presents. Like my son's birthday is coming, my wife's birthday. My wife's birthday is in the 15th, so it's in 10 days, and my son's birthday is on the 17th. So both are following each other. Listen, I would just take my cachet, divide it in 2, and buy Both of them are present. Perfect. But listen, I have some economy. I'm good. So it was not a question of money. Even if, yeah, listen, if I really had to go, yeah, listen, I would have stand up, put myself on autopilot, sleep in the car, arrive there, perform for 30 minutes, do some photos, go back to sleep. But the way I was comfortable in my sofa and I was under my sheets while I was talking to him, he said, okay, I'm going back to bed. And I was like, yeah, we talk tomorrow. Also, what do I tell them? I said, yeah, tell them that they have 6 months to, as the contract says. He's like, okay, so we talk tomorrow. I'm like, peace. And I was like, oh yes. And I went to bed. I slept like a baby. Listen, I slept like a baby. I don't even remember what time I woke up. I think I woke up at 1 p.m. When my wife arrived or my daughter came. I woke up, my daughter was on top of me, playing her PlayStation, with her iPad or watching her iPad. She was on top of me, and my wife was like, "You still sleeping?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh, you must be tired from the show." I was like, "What show?" "Your show yesterday." I was like, "There was no show." "Yeah." I was like, Oh, she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." So yeah, there was only 10 people. Makes no sense. I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I was like, "Nah, don't be. Listen, cool." And it's not like it's not gonna be a show. It's gonna be later on. So, and I was like, and I was like, listen, it made no sense. A party on the 1st of January anyway, on a Sunday and on a rainy day. And she was like, yeah, that's true. And I was like, yeah, well, all good. Listen. So yeah, that was how I started the week. So it's not that I didn't start the year making money, because I still got paid 50%. I mean, I got paid 50% in advance. So I had it already. But yeah, So this show probably will be, I don't know when they decide to do one, when they're ready to do another party. So I don't know. I don't even know how their party went. So because it was like a 3-day extravaganza. So I know they had a party on the 30th, another on the 31st, and then another one on the 1st. So I don't know how the other two went. Probably the one on the 31st was probably full of people. I don't know. Listen, I have no idea. All I know is the club was 30 minutes away from my house. So it's not like you had, you hate this type of thing when you had to take a plane, travel like across the globe, and be in those situations. But when it's a situation like this, and you are actually in your bed, and it's all good because the show is like 10 minutes away, 20 minutes away, it's all good. Like, you're like, yeah, bro, I was so tired. You have no idea. It is what it is. Dalia, everybody, I'm announcing that Saturday I will be the guest at Dalia MTV's channel, and we'll talk about virtual reality. So I'm waiting for everybody. Saturday, 5 p.m. my time. I don't know what time it is for you, but it is 1 a.m. here. So you do your math. This sounds like the timing for the show was just bad. Yeah, I don't believe it was a good idea to do it at that time. Postponing it. Oh, listen, I slept so good. You have no clue how happy I was. I was just like, yes, yes, thank you. Oh, listen. It's crazy. It's crazy. Listen, you have no idea the amount of money you have to spend because you have Christmas, New Year's Eve, then my wife's birthday, then my son's birthday. Then you have my birthday on the 22nd. But at that time, I'm like, nah, I'm done. I don't need to do nothing. Same feeling I get when they call me. There have been a problem on a railroad and my line is canceled. I cry of joy. You know what I hate? I hate when I'm on another city or in another country and it's 4 a.m. and they were supposed to call us at 2 a.m. for example, and maybe the people took too much time to enter and they were waiting for the club to be full or whatever their reason, and they call you at 4 a.m. They're like, hey, we downstairs, and you've been waiting since 2 a.m. You were ready at 2 a.m. You slept maybe a little bit, and then after that you were just waiting, and now you're really tired. So you really have to wake up. I mean, you have to, and then you have to go put some water on your face, and then go in the car, and then you sleep on all the way. You try to get all the little bit of sleep you can, and then then you have to stay in the backstage, and sometimes you have to wait another half an hour, and you're like, oh my god, and you only perform at 5 a.m. You're tired. And some other times, everything is clockworks, but it is, that's life on the road. Sometimes everything goes great, sometimes let me see, my birthday is gonna be on what? It's gonna be on it's gonna be on a Sunday. Look at that. 49. Damn, this thing is itching. I have to clean those things. Look dirty, but they're itching, so I have to put them in alcohol. Vraiment. Is that sérieuxté? So, what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about two significant dates that are approaching in my life. And those two dates are the 20-year anniversary of two big events that changed my life. So on the 17th of January, it will be that's true. On the 17th of January, my son will be 20. Listen, I remember when I was 20 at the university studying economics at Paris 13 La Sorbonne and Paris 2. Yo, that was like 29 years ago. And then I remember that my son was born in the middle of me recording the album It's Her Love. And at that time, I didn't know what I was. I had no idea how I was gonna do that. I remember calling my parents because I had just separated from his mom, and then she told me that she was pregnant, and I was just like, so first of all, we have to get back together. That was like the first thing that I said to myself, because of my education, because I was like, nah. But I remember the most significant part, of course, being at the birth at the hospital for the delivery was an amazing moment. But another amazing moment was when I called my parents to tell them, because I remember I was with Sumia and we were recording the album. I was recording It's All Love, and I was also recording that's 2002, right? Like, I was recording It's All Love, and at the same time I was recording Sumia's album in 2 different studios. So Sumia's first album and It's All Love, my album. And I remember that so it was the winter, probably when I announced to my parents. It was probably, I don't know, October, November, I'm not sure. And I said to myself, okay, I can forget my name. My parents are gonna remove all heritage from me. They're gonna tell me to change my surname and just be out of the family because I had a kid before getting married, etc. I really was thinking all that. So I remember that I was in the studio with Sumia, and first of all I announced to her, and then she was like, "Oh my God, like how blah 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 blah," and then so we talked to her about it, and and I was like, I don't know how to tell to my parents. They're gonna be so disappointed in me, blah 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 blah. And I mean, I had 2 albums already, but my career was, because I decided to be independent, so I was really in this thing where there was no Sony behind me. There was like, it was just me, just becoming creating, being my own boss and doing my own thing, and with some different partners, but it was really me becoming like Sushi Raw. And I was like, I don't know how to say, I don't know, like my parents are gonna kill me. And it was back then we had mobile phones, of course, already, but there was no iPhone yet. There was no smartphone yet. We were still on Nokia. Talking about 2002, right? So it was not like today where you have a smartphone with WhatsApp and you call your parents on WhatsApp and you can just talk and talk and talk and talk like today, and it's free. No. At that time, you had to send SMS. It was 20 cents per SMS. And in some countries, you had to pay even to receive your SMS. You would receive first how much you lost, plus the message would come in. And for international call, you would not use your mobile. You would go down to the phone cabin. You would put a card that you pre-filled with maybe 50 euros card. You would put in the cabin, and then you would call Africa. And you would call on the landline and hope that your parents reply. So after a long conversation with Sumia, I told her, hey, so what should I do? And she was like, tell them. Those are your parents. Your parents are amazing. They will understand. They will. Just tell them. So, took the courage. So she was recording. So I left her with the engineer after giving all the instruction of how, whatever song we were recording, everything that she had to do. And I said, listen, I'll be back in 15, 20 minutes. So I exit the studio, go downstairs, go find the phone line, which was like 10 minutes walk. And it was the winter, I remember it was. And I took my phone card, put in the machine, called Congo. So I called the main line. So we had an operator in the house that you tell them it's me, and then they pass you to the parents. So at a point, my dad answers. They give me my dad on the phone. So I call you call the security. The security recognize me and then give me my dad. And it's my dad on the phone. He's like, hello. And I'm like, hey, dad. Hey, how are you, my son? So, I'm fine. hey, listen, I have a big news. And he's like, oh, what's going on? And I'm like, yeah, Vanny's pregnant. We're gonna have a son. And I really thought that my dad would yell. I really thought that, yo, I'm done. It's over. My life is over. He's gonna tell me, what? What did you do? And my dad was like, oh, but this is a good thing. Does your mom know? I said, no, not yet. And she was like, oh, congrats. Let me give you your mom. Hey, my son is like, hey, mom. Hey, so what's going on? What is the good news? I said, oh, Vanny's pregnant. And she was like, what? But you guys are not, ain't you separated or something? And I was like, yeah, but I mean, we'll figure it out. And she was like, yeah, but oh, I'm gonna be a grandma. I'm so happy. Listen, oh, so good. We're gonna check the tickets. When is it coming? We're gonna check the tickets to come. We have to be there, etc., etc. I have to call your grandma. I have to call your aunties. Oh my God, this is it. Okay, bye, my son. You know, at that time you didn't stay hours on the phone because it cost a lot of money. So we hang up. I just stayed there in the cabin, like in the cold for 5 minutes, reflecting on life. And then I came back to the studio. I went up, and when Sumia, I go back in the studio, and Sumia is like, so what did they say? And I said, they are happy. I start crying. I was so relieved, and I was happy. And then, yeah, the rest is history. Was born January 17th of 2003. And I really asked myself at that time, how am I going to feed this kid? I was not having a lot of shows, and I was not having other revenues, because back in the days, there was no streaming services. You would do an album, you would sell some copies, and then at a point you would stop selling copies because, you would stop making new copies because the stores wouldn't maybe order more. So you had to think about the stock and stuff. And so it was no passive income. It was like, you want to make money, first you have to buy some more CDs and then put them on the shelves, and people have to buy them. And the first 2 albums didn't belong to me because I was signed to Sony. So the first 2 albums, they made the money. I made 6 or 7% of that money. So it was not enough. It was enough to pay, maybe a year of rent, whatever. But after 98, 99, and now we're in 2002. So it's been four years. No, 99, 2001, 2. So it's been 3 years that I didn't do an album. And I was a little bit disgusted of the music industry. So I was like, hey, I'm done with these things. But I had no money. When I was doing some shows, one show maybe a month, I could pay one rent. I was doing some small stuff. But, it was like the first crossing of the desert. And I was asking myself, how am I going to feed that kid? Which takes us to the second thing I want to celebrate. And first I'm going to check your messages on Facebook. Yosano says, Kaysha, you are the man. Long time ago, I heard my first song of yours, Musicarian. Wow. This is part of what I'm about to celebrate now. Martyr, what up? Well, you know that was a risky call. This is such a great story. When we were following you back then, we only saw a superstar with huge songs and videos making breakthrough in Francophone Africa, etc. Oh my God. Yeah, but I was living life at the same time, like all of us. So something I want to celebrate is this year, as my son is about to be 20, my first ever album, I'm Ready, is also 25. That album came out 25 years ago with Bounce Baby and Telephone. And this year we are also celebrating 20 years of my album It's All Love, featuring the track Music Quarion, featuring the track Fiona, featuring the track On Dit Quoi, and a lot of tracks that to me are really iconic. I think this album is really the album where I understood business, and the intro is called the Vavcore intro. The name of this intro is very important because the name of the mother of my son is Valente Correa, Trinidad, and she has a song in there as well. No, it's in the next album she has a song, but Vavcore was her nickname. So at that time, this is her intro, because all I'm talking about in this album is actually this whole situation and the outro of this album is called the Ilian Joshua outro. So when I started the album, I didn't know that I was about to have a son. And when I was done with the album, I knew that I was having a son, or maybe it was born when I was doing, because I always do the intro and the outro at the end of the album. So probably it was born already when I was finishing the album, because the album came out probably in March or April. I don't remember. But you have songs like Music Quarion, Funky Electronic Compa, On Dit Quoi, Heartbeat, Je sais qui elle est, Te Quiero, 88 BPM, Fiona. So to make you hear a little bit of the album, so you had Fiona with the iconic Congolese guitar on a Candy Zouk beat that became one of the songs where all the Kizomba people started learning to dance, which is crazy, with that bass.
Kaysha tem fala da menina.
88 BPM.
Your body is like a gold mine. Expansions of the flesh.
Te Quiero.
Te quiero.
Je sais qui elle est, of course.
Why?
Funky Electronic Compa.
De qualité, bobo, abrégé. Ça nous capable de qui musique de qualité. Wiley, oui.
Music Quarion.
I came to let you know in the city, oh, you're looking at a music warrior. I'm a
And of course, the iconic On Dit Quoi.
dangerous. Come on, what can I say? I'll
Very important, the lyrics. First of all, I'm fabulous.
first of all,
Well, I'm fabulous.
African, that's marvelous.
Uh-huh.
Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter quoi? What can I say? I'll rock it. Oh shit.
So all these songs came out in 2003. For those who want to listen to the listening party. I have a It's a Love listening party. The video is on the YouTube channel. Go there, just type Kaysha It's a Love listening party, and you can have me explain all the songs and etc. etc. So I'm not gonna do it here, but the two blessings came at the same time. At the same time, I had a son that was born, and maybe for a month I had no idea how I was going to feed him, because even if I already had some hits like Bounce Baby and Telephone, they were still old, and at the same time the business model was completely different. The business was you do a hit and then you go do some shows, but once you have done a show in the same place 3 times, they stop calling you because they've seen you already, so they don't need you to come and sing again. And so Telephone, Bounce Baby, World War Chico were starting to become old songs, 4 years old, and there were new songs coming out and stuff. And then I had Sumia's album exploding the charts, becoming the number 1 Zouk artist coming out. And then this album 20 years ago came out, and it's to me it's incredible to think that a song that Ondikwa, that people are still playing in every wedding, every African party, especially in the Francophone area, but also every Congolese party, but even Ivory Coast and everywhere else, that were 20 years before the era of all the Afrobeats legends of today. Ondikwa with Premier Gaou are those iconic songs that changed the sound of Ivory Coast music, African music in general. And that was 20 years ago. So 2023 is a special year for me. Like, that's a lot of iconic songs that have been created. And I'm really grateful. First of all, I wanna thank Tia, Anofela, and Top One, because we created that song together. Remember, so the way that song was done, let me explain to you, even if it's something I already explained. Happy New Year, Maggie. Ah, that's amazing. I'm telling you. Free. Happy New Year. Now we are celebrating the 20 years of Ondikwa. Ah, that's cool. It will be on my page as every video, but if you come to my YouTube channel, kaysha.tv, you will have all the episodes. They're all here. So don't worry, everything's gonna be there. As I was saying, the way I created that song, I was in a club. Called L'Atlantis, and it was a club that the actual bodyguard of my dad today, when it comes to Europe, to Paris, to Europe, he's traveling with him everywhere. Maître Double One was actually the security, and he's a guy that known my dad forever. They probably trained together, and he's a black belt karate guy, and he was the main security of that club. And the owner of the club was a friend of my parents as well. So it's a club that I could just go as I wanted. And I performed there before, but I was always in that club. And I remember one day, I'm with my mom and at that point my parents live in Ivory Coast. So that time was, I think my parents are still exiled from Congo, and they live in Ivory Coast, and they all have Congolese. No, they have Ivory Coast passport. Laurent Gbagbo, who was who's a friend of my father, just hooked them up with Ivory Coast passport. So the whole family, we had service passports from Ivory Coast. Those the black passports. So we all became Ivory Coast citizens because of all the problems in Congo politically. So Gbagbo took us in. My parents moved to Cocody in Abidjan, in Ivory Coast. So one day I go see my parents in Ivory Coast, and I went to do a show, and I came to see my parents. So I'm with my parents in Ivory Coast. My mom opened, so my mom had a lot of nightclubs. My mom she's really a businesswoman, and she had a nightclub in Congo, but because of the war, the civil war at a point, they broke her club. So when she moved with my dad and my little sisters to Ivory Coast, she opened a restaurant. So she had a restaurant in Deux Plateaux, and they had a house in Cocody in Ivory Coast. And I go see my parents. And as I go see my parents, we hear we're chilling, and we're watching TV, and on TV there's something very strange happening. I see a lot of women with traditional pani boubous, dressing, that African garment, dancing on top of Coca-Cola bottles and doing very strange movements. It's like African twerk. I mean, it's like the original twerk. And they hear and they like dancing on top of bottle, and it's very like, it's very graphic. But it plays on TV like us, and everybody's like, everybody is. And I'm asking my mom, like, Mom, what is this? And she's like, oh, this is Mapuka. I'm like, Mapuka? What is this? And she's like, oh no, this is what everybody love here. This is like and so the sound of Mapuka was a lot of harmonica sound, and that was that style of music. So out there in Ivory Coast, I discover Zouglou, and I discover Mapuka. And Mapuka is very, very special. And I was like, wow, this is very graphic. This is like, how, like, it's like, oh yeah, here, okay. But I was kind of interested, so I kept notes. So at that time there was no YouTube, but I asked for some videotapes or some DVDs, I don't remember, or CD-ROMs with some Mapuka music and some Mapuka videos, because I was like, oh, that's super interesting. I'm always like interested in other people's culture. And I remember after spending like a week with my parents in Abidjan, every club were playing Mapuka. So I was like, oh yeah. Okay. Anyway, it stayed in my head. I was like, oh, I have to try this. When I get home, I have to try something that sounds this way. And I come back home in Paris, and I go to the club, L'Atlantis. And I remember that there was a song from Mewe called 200% Zo Blazo. Blazo, Blazo, So Blazo. On I got and that song was always one of my favorite tracks. I had no idea where Mewe was from at that time. I just knew that This is a song that my parents were always playing in their own nightclub, because they had a nightclub in their garden, and every party was hearing that track. So the song is playing, and as I'm dancing on the dance floor, I'm listening to, the whole song. Dun, 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 dun. I'm listening to the bass like dun, 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 dun. And in my head I was like dun, 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 on the dance floor. As I'm listening to that song, I'm like dun, 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 dun. I didn't even take my coat. It was winter time. I was on a shirt. I just left the club. I called, so I call them uncle because they are my elders and they are my dad's bodyguards. I told Maître Lemabé, I was like, hey uncle, I'll be there in 45 minutes. Just wait for me. He's like, yeah, no problem. I don't know which girl I was talking to at that time or who I was with in that club, but I told them, hey, I'll be back real quick, because I didn't want to lose that melody. I leave the place, I leave the club, I go to my parents' house. At that time, I was still living at my parents' house. I go to my parents' house, open it, bam, go to my bedroom, take my little keyboard, and I plug everything, plug Cubase or Digital Performer. I don't remember what I was using at that time, and I type dum 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 dick dick dum dum dum, and that's it. That's all I did. I saved that and I left everything on. And I told the taxi, please just wait for me. So he waited for me downstairs. As I was done, I did everything, saved everything. I go back down there, take the taxi. And so, listen, Paris is like a round island. So the club was exactly on the other side of Paris. I used to live in Porte de la Muette, in the nice neighborhoods, and the Club Atlantis was Porte de Bercy, completely the other side. And I just did Porte de Bercy, La Muette. I recorded that bass line, and then probably cost me 50 or 60 euros just of taxi. But I had to put that bass line there because I knew I would have forgotten it. And I don't know, I had the feeling. I come back home from I go back to the club, and whoever I was with, my friends, whoever I was talking to, my best friend Lumana was there, and I tell them, hey. And they were, hey, where were you? I was like, I had some crazy idea. I had to record it. Okay, cool. So now I'm in the club, cool, the night goes, and I come back home around 5 a.m., 6 a.m., I don't know. And as I go home, I'm still thinking of that bass line. And I know that when I came home, before going to sleep, I turned on my TV and I played, I don't know if I played some TV or why I remembered about Mapuka. I don't know why. But there was this Mapuka song that was, and I was like, oh wow, what if I did a mix of hip hop and Mapuka and Congolese music and Ivory Coast music. Not that I have the Ivory Coast nationality. Why don't I do a mix of all this with some hip hop samples and I rap on it? And I was like, okay, so I went to listen to a bunch of Mapuka music. I don't know where I found Mapuka music. I don't remember. All I know, it was like, okay. So I found an harmonica on my JV synthesizer, JV 2080. I find an harmonica sound, and I did. So, On dit quoi was never a coupé décalé track. It was always intended to be a hip hop Mapuka. But you know, my tracks, people never call them what they are. Right now, everybody's thinking that something going on is a compa track. 10 years ago, it was a kizomba, and 10 years before, it was a zouk. Me, I don't care. You name them how they want, how you want. As long as you buy and make me money, it's all good. Personally, I know that they usually are exactly not what you think. I had a message on because something going on is trending right now. I had a message from one Haitian dance instructor who was telling me, send me a private message telling me, yeah, you know, oh, congratulations on your song, like trending, but I believe that you should tell people that it's compa. You don't do this enough. And I was like, it's not compa. There's a Guyat solo on top of it, on that edit, but the original song is it's an homage to Cap Verdean music. It's my style, Candy Zouk, with my R&B on top of it, and it's a pure homage to the genius that is Manu Lima. The way I played the synth, this is Manu Lima. That's the inspiration. That's the Oliver Ngoma, Monique Seka, the Afro Zouk, as we called it back in the days when I grew up. And when the song came out, I called it a Zouk beat, because at that time we used to call Cap Verdean music in France, we used to call it Cabo Zouk, Cap Verdean Zouk. So to me, I never thought about the Kizomba market when I did that song, and I didn't even think about Haiti either. I was like, nah, this is. But that song, when it blew up, everybody said, you're the king of Kizomba now. And I was like, whatever. You like it? Yeah, okay, cool. Listen, music is free. You call it how you want. If you ask me, I will tell you exactly what it is, but it's going to be too complicated. I understand branding. I understand that sometimes, yeah, listen, if everybody's calling this a Kizomba, it's a Kizomba then. Even if for you, it's not. So good. You have to let people simplify it for their own good. If you start telling them, no, don't call it this, it is actually a this plus that plus that plus that, you lose people. You have to tell them, yeah, it's a Kizomba. So right now it became a comba. I don't care. And for On dit quoi, it's the same thing. It was never intended to be a coupé décalé, because coupé décalé didn't exist when I did On dit quoi. In 2002, Stéphane Doucouré, rest in peace, when he arrived, him and the Jet Set, and he arrived with the coupé décalé concept and TV5, and like when the coupé décalé explosion started from the Ivory Coast DJ plus the Congolese refugees who started to do atalaku on top of samples of Congolese music, but a little more toward the dance floors. That's when Coupé Décalé started exploding, but that was in 2003, mid 2003. And that's just at the same time that my hip hop Mapuka On dit quoi came out. So it just surfed on that wave, and it became the biggest Coupé Décalé song ever at that time, just because timing. But for me, I was okay. This is gonna be a mapuka with a little bit of hip hop and maybe a little bit of Zulu. So once I'm done with my beat, I did the beat quick. I did the beat probably in 30 minutes, as always. Once I had the then I added and I had something. I knew I had something. So once I have my song ready, the instrumental ready, I remember calling Anofela Top One to come to the studio, and I called Tia, and I told Tia, listen. So when I was in Ivory Coast to see my parents, instead of saying hi, everybody was telling me on dit quoi, which means on dit quoi is like, hey, what's up? What you say? What's up? And so I was like, oh, I just found a chorus like this. Kaysha, on dit quoi? And my answer was, on va gâter le coin. We're gonna rip shit up. Hey, what up? We're gonna rip shit up. That's what it means. So I told Tia, listen, I want you. And Tia, she's really like she grew up in France. She's half Ivory Coast, but she really don't speak with the accent. I mean, at that time, she was really speaking like a girl that grew up in France, like me. We have a perfect French. And I told her, I want you to do the accent. I want you to really exaggerate the accent. So that's when, with Anofela, we coach her to say, Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin. And in the beginning, she didn't want to be to sound that much, because she was like, oh, that's a little bit of caricatural. I was like, no, don't worry. This is really how I'm hearing it. So we did that. Then I wrote my rap. First of all, I'm fabulous. African, that's marvelous. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter quoi? Listen, my lyrics, a lot of people sometimes say, oh yeah, but your lyrics, party songs. No. There are message in there. First of all, I'm fabulous. African, that's marvelous. That's all you need to know. I don't need to explain nothing. That's all you need to know. The whole song is about this. And then after that, I ask for, because every time we were joking, Anofela was doing the Nushi stuff, and Nushi is like a slang from Ivory Coast, and Anofela was really good at this. So I asked him between the verses and the chorus to give me some of that Nushi stuff to create those intro. And then after that, I asked for Top One, who is from Congo Brazzaville, to add the Congolese flavor, to put the names, as we call the Atalaku, and as the pierre, les mabanga, as we say, where you say the name of people. So Son Excellence Ngambedo, that's my father. Katine Jolie, that's my mom. And Ilian Joshua, fils de son père, that's my son that was just born. So we had that whole thing where we wanted to create a track that would represent all of us. And then after that, I asked Thierry Delaney, who is a guitarist from Guadeloupe, he's from Guadeloupe, to play Congolese guitars. So that song is a collaboration with Ivory Coast, Congo Brazzaville, Congo Kinshasa, and Guadeloupe. And that's the essence of my music. A mix of cultures, always. And then when the song was done, the song was so crazy for us that we never thought it would be a hit. We thought, okay, listen, the hit are gonna be 88 BPM. They were Music Korean. I didn't know that it would be a hit. The hit were like, Fiona, Te Quiero, those songs were like the Zouk songs. To me, I thought, yeah, that's what people want for me. So we put that track at number 11, I think, in the album, like far in the album. And when the album came out, that track became the biggest song in Abidjan at that time. So we went to a label there, and we signed them the rights to produce cassettes and they just gave us some money, a flat fee, because listen, Africa at that time, don't think you're gonna get like, oh, we sold that much, so we owe you that much. No, listen, I was like, listen, give us 10,000 and you can do whatever you want. So we took those 10,000, and with that money we shot the video. So the story of the video is that when I was 18, there was a kid called Philip Ibinga, who was always with a camera. He was 14 at that time, and he was walking with the little brothers, and he was like, listen, his dream was to walk around with us. Today he's part of a group called Makita, but at that time his dream was to make movies. And he was like, big brother. I was like, hey. Back then we had like long hair, like long relaxed hair. We had our first mustache. We were thinking we were like the pretty boys. And I mean, in a way we were. Every time I would go somewhere, people would know who I was. I was like, this is Kaysha, the other, And so there was a party in my house, and he came there, and he always wanted to hang out around us. And he was like, hey, big bro, one day I will shoot your music videos. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And so fast forward, now I'm 28. Yeah, I'm 28, and he's 24. And for some reason he contacts me. Don't remember why. He was living in Italy, in Roma, and he just moved back to Paris, and we reconnect. He was like, hey, big bro, I would love to, hey, I just finished the movie school, and I would love to work with you one day on something. And I was like, yeah, let's meet. Listen, I never saw his work. He never shot a professional video, nothing. I just told him, let's meet. And he was like, word? I said, yeah, word, let's meet. And so we meet. And I tell him, listen, I want you to shoot me a video like this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Prepare me a scenario, prepare me a synopsis, and we have to be ready in 2-3 weeks. And that was his first video. And that's his biggest videos as well. So let me show you the video before we continue. I have a place where I can show video. Let me see. Do I have the video? Let me see if I have the video first of all, or if I have to download it from my server. On dit quoi? Let me go to Dropbox, where my music videos. I want to show this video. It's important. Kaysha, on dit quoi? Let me see. I don't have this video. Jusqu'à fatigué, love de toi. Oh, damn. Oh yeah, I don't have the original file. Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna play it from YouTube then. Kaysha, on dit quoi? So that video was shot in calm down, YouTube. That video was shot in 16 millimeters. So that's film. Let me turn this off and show you this video. So sadly, I don't have the original. So I only have the, back then in YouTube, you had to lower the quality to upload. But listen, at least I have something. So this is on dit quoi?
First of all, I'm fabulous. African, that's marvelous. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter quoi? What can I say? I rock it. Oh shit. What
What you wanna stop it? We're dangerous. You better be afraid of us. You don't wanna beef with us. Girls wanna do me, moms wanna do me, homos wanna do me too. Kicking with the shoe, then I flew. What you wanna do? Can't stay with you. First of all, I'm scandalous. Watch me now, I'm dangerous. Come on, what you want from us? Hot music that's furious.
Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin.
What you need, bounce right here, bounce to the beat, bounce right there.
So,
To the sound in Cocody, the plateau, très belle, c'est bon there.
one thing that is super interesting about this video is that if you look at the first shot, it's something that Phil being really a cinematographer. In the beginning, when we did the casting, so AC Jordan, who works with me as a singer now, was the director of casting. So when we shot the video, everybody was saying we have to put some dance. First of all, we didn't have that much budget because shooting in film costs a lot of money. So first of all, we called a bunch of ex-girlfriends and current girlfriends, and like that's how all the women in the video plus some friends. All the guys are singers and people that was around us at that time, future artists of my label, etc. And everybody told us you have to do a video with dancers. It has to be, you know, Africa, etc. It has to really represent Africa. And I was like, nah, that's not what I want. I want a hip hop video that looks glamorous, that looks cosmopolitan, that looks like me. I don't want to look like, you know, one of those African videos with a bunch of dancers doing choreographies. I don't want that. And if you look at the first shot, it's very important because the first shot is a one sequence. It's a one traveling. We had to rehearse the choreography 10 times before shooting. Look at it again. The first shot, you see, it starts like this with the woman walking, the guy from ABG walking, one girl walking, the little brother of thing, AC Jordan talking to a friend, ABG saying hi to each other, and then me here with my drink. Still the same shot. Then I'm here with my drink. I put it to the waiter. Then I continue walking, and I'm still doing my thing. I kiss Linsha. She sits down. Then I go here, and now it's another shot. So the first all 30 seconds is a one shot. That was crazy. Never seen in an African music video. At that time, we are revolutionizing the game already, but we have no idea what we're gonna do. Then the whole video, because it really sounds, it looks like a hip hop party. Damn, I see a bunch of ex-girlfriends. When it came out, it became a revolution because today in Africa, all the video clips look of great quality. The Burna Boys, the Whiskey, they all have this quality. But 20 years ago, African videos were not like this. So it was the first video of this quality, and this is the reason why it's the reason why this is the reason why when this song came out, Trace TV, that was a brand new channel, started only playing that song. It was playing like 30 times a day. And this is how it blew up all over Africa. Now that video was crazy. Whoa. That was crazy. Moko. So then we had the video. So first of all, everybody was like, wait a minute. So you want to do a video? You want to do a video with a bunch of people with Asian girls, white girls, black girls, people from the West Indies, people from Africa, everywhere, and you want to dress like yourself, have everybody dressed hip hop and stuff, and all the girls dressed like you want to do a PDD style video for a Mapuka song? I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. And you want your video to be shot by somebody who never shot a video? And I was like, yeah, don't worry. I trust him. He just came out of the school. And yeah, he's going to shoot the video. And everybody was like, you crazy. I was like, no, don't worry. Listen, at that time, I'm still wondering how I'm going to feed my son. But when this song came out, the amount of shows that arrived in my planning, listen, now my worries were not how am I gonna feed this kid. My worries were when am I gonna see this kid? Because I was in a plane to Ivory Coast every 2 weeks, plus shows all around France, plus Belgium, plus the rest of Africa, and it started growing and growing and growing and growing until what it is today, which is today this song is one of the most iconic songs. And if you say on dit quoi, people will reply to you, on va gâter le coin. It just became part of popular African, francophone African culture. And it's been 20 years. We are celebrating 20 years of this song this year in 2023. So I'm extremely grateful. I sent a message yesterday to Tia. I sent a message to Anofela. I sent a message to Top One. I sent a message to everybody telling them congratulations for 20 years of On Dit Quoi. I'm extremely proud of all of you guys. And thank you so much for your contribution to my career, because this song really is one of those songs that changed everything, and it's still being played like crazy by DJs in all the festivals and stuff. So like, it's one of those songs that are really like timeless. And the video itself at that time was a revolution. Nobody ever thought, like, especially in Africa, this inspired. When I talk to big Nigerian artists today, they tell me, when we saw that song, we knew we could do it, because we all thought you were an American. And then when we realized you were from Congo, oh, it was over. And then you were singing like our music. And then it became a big coupé décalé song, because as always, like I told you, my songs always get renamed by the people, but hey, it's the will of the people. But it inspired a lot of people, that song. It inspired a whole generation of people who are superstars today. And sometimes I see kids dancing to that song today on TikTok or in parties. I receive like tons and tons of videos of people dancing on that song on around the world. And I'm like, damn, those people don't realize that some of them were not even born when this song came out. Some people, they are 18. It means that they were not born when that song came out. And to me, this is really a testament to the way I see my career, the way I do my career. And I'm extremely grateful to be lucky enough to be in this position. Let me see. I'm trying to see. Okay. Let me see. All right. How much? Whoa. On TikTok, there's 5,327 videos with this song. So how can I see that? Oh wait, I'm gonna do that. There you go. So if I go on TikTok to my profile, to my liked videos, okay. So let me see. Where's the play? Where's the... All right. So on TikTok, there's 5,327 videos of people dancing to this track. I have to post this on Instagram.
First of all, I'm fabulous. African, that's marvelous. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter quoi? What can I say? I rock it. Oh shit. What you wanna stop it? We're dangerous. You better be afraid of us. You don't wanna beef with us. Girls wanna do me. Moms wanna do me.
So, how old are these girls? They're in their 20s. They were babies when the song came out. And look at that. Let me see. Oh, Emma, my friend.
Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter.
Wow.
Only my real Ivorians know this classic.
Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin. Kaysha, on...
Only
Wow. Tomorrow I'm posting all this on Instagram. Damn, so many videos. I've been looking so many like I've been looking at so many like something going on videos that I forget that there's the rest as well. And a lot of people are using other songs of mine. Da, 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 do, 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 do. Mapuka. They don't even dance. Huh? What is he doing? Ça c'est quoi? La sœur de Carmen Sama. Ok.
Kaysha.
Okay. So they're not even using it to dance. That's crazy.
From us, hot music, that's furious.
Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin. Kaysha, on dit...
From us,
I'm posting that tomorrow. That's for sure. 5,000 video. I have to find the right ones. But yeah, you know, this one, for example. What is she doing? All right. All right. Oh, Lord. Oh, wow. Oh, that's crazy. So what is this? When this video started, when this song started, there was no TikTok, and now there's 5,000 videos on TikTok. This is crazy. Nobody's dancing. They're just using the track as a soundtrack. What is this? Burkina Faso. This is crazy. Wow. Listen, I performed that track all over the world. All over the world. Oh, it's just a soundtrack. They don't even dance to it. That's crazy. Look at him. It was not even an idea. This kid was not even an idea when the song came out. All right. This is crazy. I have to explore the TikTok page of that song and see. What is this? Hey, mama. All these videos are from 2022. All these videos are from now. So because I have a huge trending song with something going on, I'm not realizing that I have a lot of other songs that are just doing some mini trends. Apparently there's a lot of video with Emma where they're using that track, or is it her? I don't know. That's crazy. Okay, I'm saving this. I'm saving this for later.
POV, t'as ça dans ton quartier, toi?
Ouais les gars, il y a un truc que j'ai dans mon quartier que vous n'avez pas dans votre quartier. Regardez, guettez-moi ça. La boxy. 4-5 heures du spa, quand t'as faim, tu viens ici.
This is crazy. I'm exploring. Oh, this is the trend. This is the trend that they were starting to start. They were trying to start.
First of all, I'm fabulous. African, that's marvelous. Kaysha, on dit quoi?
Are they
Va
Chinese?
gâter coin. What can I say? I rock it. Oh shit. What you wanna stop it? We're dangerous. You better be afraid of us. You don't wanna beef with us. Girls wanna do me. Moms wanna do me.
That would be a good trend. I should restart that trend. I'm gonna find some dancers and ask them to restart that trend with people doing the line and dancing. That's crazy. Madame, c'est quoi? Eh? Eh? I don't know what dance it is. Don't ask me. Pantalon pointu. It's Emma again. Apparently, every time there's a video of Emma, they use that song too. Hey, I'm posting this tomorrow. Hiba, hiba, hiba. Listen, this is crazy. I have to start looking at TikTok. Like, a few of my songs are there, and sometimes I don't even know that they are, you know. The fuck? Let me see the other one. Kaysha, Good Life. Good Life. I'm losing the subject, but I would like to know if this one as well has sounds. Good Life now. There's less videos. There's 500. Oh, there's 500 videos. Okay, let me add it to favorites. Oh, this one too? Wait a minute. Actually, this one is not 20 years yet. In 2025, that one will be 20 years.
Qui a dit que les hommes avaient besoin de femmes?
C'est parti les gars. On va tout donner ma gueule. On va préparer une entrée, un plat, un dessert, un cocktail.
Oh my God. These kids were not born when this song came out. Listen. This. What is this? Yo. Eh bah, la respiration. Hein. Now we're gonna have to do a whole listening party for the Good Life EP. But yo, that's crazy.
L'est aussi en mode sagacité.
Lolo for low.
Guigui la joie. La outin clé. Na soufaro faro.
You know what's the crazy part is like when I see people arguing, the Congolese people versus the Ivory Coast people saying, no, it's a Congolese track. No, it's Ivory Coast track. No, the guy who did it is from Congo. And me, I'm like, well, technically, the music is Ivory Coast music, right? It's Coupé Décalé or whatever it was. We named it at that time. But I'm from Congo. But at that time, I had a Ivory Coast passport. So I guess everybody's right. I'm gonna post tomorrow. I'm posting like crazy. I'm gonna like schedule like 20 of them, one every 30 minutes. What is
Soirée
this?
avec Négol.
All this was in 2022.
Pauvre, quand t'es proche.
So people have been posting those songs. A few of my songs have been like playing all around TikTok this year. Listen, we're gonna have to do a whole live just looking at TikTok because I guess a lot of my songs have a lot of... Hi. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. But hey, listen. Let me go back to my celebration of those songs. Let me see if I find on YouTube me performing that song. That's me performing. That's in 2003. Paris, 2006. Let me see if I can find more of me performing that song. No, I have to play Kaysha Abidjan, for example. Kaysha in Ivory Coast. Ooh, that was crazy.
Salam alaikum. Oui. T'es jolie, hein? T'inquiète pas, allez, on l'encourage. Regarde ça, mais... Avec tous les... Allez-y. Trouvez un sac quelque part touché. Non, je touche un seul, regarde. Elle est très jeune. Non, elle avait 8 ans. Donnez-moi un sac. Ah, là-bas, ils sont pas prêts. Là-bas, on va manger là-bas. Sous les chapiteaux ici. Ouais, trouvez un pied prêt. Ces gens, on dit quoi? On va toucher les seins. First of all, I'm fabulous. African, that's marvelous. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter quoi? What can I say? I rock it. Oh shit, watch when I stop it. We dangerous. I don't wanna be afraid of us. But you don't wanna be for us. The girls wanna do me, the moms wanna do me, the homies wanna do me too. I think it with a shoot, then I'm free. What you wanna do, can't stay with you. First of all, I'm scandalous. Watch me now, I'm dangerous. What you want from us? I think that's serious. I said that I post it, I see back. Allez, c'est quoi la moitié des bouchons? Tous les boss, tous les boss, tous les boss. Kaysha, on dit quoi?
On va gâter le coin. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin. Kaysha, on dit quoi? On va gâter le coin.
What you mean? Dance right here, dance to the beat, bounce right there. The black note, the big border. Mommy, tell me who's your daddy, who's the man? Who wants to do me like I can? Still I step, no matter who, niggas wanna share. First
You know,
I
I was speaking earlier with MJ about visions, about dreams. When I was a kid, my dream was to be an American hip hop superstar. Or just a rapper, an American rapper. I always dreamt like, yeah, I want to be a rapper. I want to be famous in the US, etc., etc. And I ended up being an icon in my own country. I ended up having like Congolese people call me legend, and people from Ivory Coast calling me legend, people from Cameroon, people from Burkina Faso, people from South Africa, people from everywhere. I ended up having people in Portugal, people in Angola, Mozambique, people in the US, everywhere. But by not doing somebody else's music, I created my own lane, and I became an artist that performed the music of my continent, from Zouk to Kizomba to coupé décalé to rumba to the music of the continent and its diasporas. And when I was like 18, I really was like having those dreams like, oh, I'm gonna be the next Puff Daddy, the next Biggie, the next whatever, the next Rakim, the next Speed Rock and Seal Smooth. That was really like my idols growing up. And interestingly, without really thinking about it, I designed a path that took me completely in another place where instead of being this kid that was inspired by American artists, I became that guy that inspired his own continent. And I'm grateful. I'm super grateful now that we're celebrating 20 years of those iconic songs. And I'm not gonna do another listening party of that album because it's already there, but I might replay some of these shows. I'm gonna upload on Reels on Instagram. I'm gonna replay some moments of shows around the world of that song, moments of the videos, etc. I'm gonna celebrate that moment because a lot of artists do one song and they disappear. It's been 20 years, I'm here. And I'm not going anywhere. So I'm blessed. And a career is never built on your own. You execute, you create, you offer to the world, but only the world decides if they love it. And the world makes you a superstar. The world makes you an icon. The world makes you legendary. Your actions are just actions, but how the people receive it, this is what makes you a legend. So, as I always say at the end of my shows, there's no great artist without a great public. And I'm thankful for all of you for making this career the legend that it is. And listen, 1.8 billion views on TikTok. It's not me, it's you guys. So listen, I'm just blessed. When I was a kid and I was like, I want to be an artist, I never thought that it would take me here. So before I let you go, let me check your comments because I lost a lot of comments. Where was I? Sheesh. All right, I think I was here. 20 years already. What happened to it? Listen, it's crazy. That's what, when I was talking to Anofela, he was telling me, bro, it's been 20 years. I was like, yeah, bro, 20 years. I should try to call Anofela to know what he's doing, to know if he's, I don't know what time it is. What time is it in Canada? Hey, oh, you were sleeping? Look at that. DJ Gelas, what up, my brother? How's the YouTube channel doing? Mountain of Inspiration. What's good? Poupie, what up? Je te dis. Une vraie de vraie. You never know what's going to work. Do your best and have faith. I'm going to keep this as a quote and add it to my quotes, my automatic quotes. Kaysha, I really watched my picture and we look like brothers. I need to talk to your father about that. I'm not going to comment that. Ah, my God. On dit quoi, un classique? J'ai acheté la cassette à l'époque, l'album It's a Love. Waouh, la cassette. En Afrique alors? À Abidjan ou à Kin? Non, Chimanga, c'est pas Abidjan. Ouais, c'est vrai, c'était en cassette à l'époque. Craziness, craziness. Yeah, doing the Soul Train. That could be a nice trend for that track. I'm gonna upload them to Instagram and see if I can jumpstart something. Yes, I can. I was looking at my TikTok analytics, and I can have analytics by song. And right now, something going on, of course, has. I did 1.8 billion views last month. Of course, it fluctuates because the trend is. I mean, it's still going strong, but at the peak we were doing 10,000, 11,000 new videos per day and 44 million per day, and now we are back at still 4,000 per day. So yesterday there was 4,000 new videos on TikTok, totalizing 12 million views. So we are still at, if we think of, we are at 8 billion. Oh, that's just something going on. For something going on, we are now at 1.8 billion views on TikTok and almost 6 million streams. And the top territories are France, Brazil, and the US. And that's, you see, there was like this big trend in the summer, and then it went down, and then there was this huge trend in December, and now it's going back down, and we'll see if there's another trend. But if I go and I take my whole catalog on TikTok, yeah, I have 1.8 billion views in 1 year, which is crazy. But you see, I have other tracks that's all, 36 million views for the other version of Something Going On, 3.3 million for another one, almost 800,000 for another one, another 800 for another version, because I have a lot of remixes that are out. On dit quoi? 500,000 views, 1 million views for On dit quoi, another 7 million views for the original Something Going On. Then I have another Something Going On. That's a lot of views just for Something Going On. And then you have interesting. Ghetto Ashanti is doing 200. Oh, that's an instrumental. We'll have to check that one out. African Super Sound System, 2 million views. Okay. What is Indonesia, China, Bangladesh? Yo! Kizomba, 1.6 million views on TikTok. Good Life, 300. So yeah, I have the whole TikTok analytics song by song. I know exactly what song is making what. So in total this year, I'm gonna start pushing that information to the press. I had in 1 year 729,000 videos done on TikTok, representing 1.8 billion views. So I gotta say that it was a good year. It was a good year. Yeah. This guy, there's a lot of people are like, this him again? And I'm like, you should listen to the songs. In the songs I said, yeah, it's me again. It's us again. Ow. I've been telling you. What am I gonna say? What am I gonna do? 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 People. Yeah. So let me see the rest of your comments before I go. There's always seemed to be a sense of nostalgia in the X2, X4 of a decade for stuff from 2 decades before, with the advent of user-created media sites. you're in a unique position. That is very true. What you're saying is very, very true. There's this from my analytics of the situation and from seeing a bunch of artists before me, when you are an artist, there's this point where you think it's a game for young people. So you have like a bunch of 18 to 24, 26 years old that are competing for a space, which is the space of performing in clubs, and it's a very competitive world. And then by the time they arrive at 26, 28, 30, people are starting to say that they are old and they are has-been. People are starting to say, no. So they don't book you in the clubs no more. And that's when a lot of people abandon the careers. They abandon and they go work in different fields. They get a regular job or whatever. And these goes until your 40s, 45. And then once all the people who were 20 years old, they get to their 40s, then the nostalgia begins, and now you are considered gold, you are considered legend, you are considered etc. And if you survive that part, you get booked again for old school parties with people who now have a little bit more money, that don't go out a lot, but for you they will come for one show. And you can do one in every city if you have a career that spanned a big span. And if you are like me and you own 100% of your catalog, so every time people are doing TikTok videos, you make a bunch of money from streams. And every time there's a spike of nostalgia, everybody come and listen to your music and you make money from it. And so now I'm arriving to the point where my first album is 20 years, my songs are 20 years. So I believe that it's gonna start being now people asking me if they can sample, if they can sing, re-sing, do covers. That's gonna be the next level, where you start making money from the young kids that are performing, and you just get your passive income from people sampling your music, people doing covers of your songs, etc. That's the next move. So yeah, I'm in a unique and great position, and it's by design. Hey Rachel, I came to YouTube to listen to Bien Plus Fort que mes mots since I can't find the original on Spotify, and I see that you're live. I'm a huge fan. Oh, thank you so much, Rachel. What you mean you can't find the original on Spotify? It's there. Kaysha, Bien Plus Fort. There it is. Inside of the album, Works of Art. Let me put the link in the chat for you. There you go. And when you go listen to on YouTube, Rachel, was it Rachel? Where's her comment? Oh, damn, so much comments. Rachel, when you go listen to the song, don't forget to leave a comment and say that we talked during the live, so I can reply to your comment. Un coucou de la Réunion. Oh, la Run, ça fait trop longtemps. Il faut que je retourne. La Réunion. Quel endroit. The first time I went there, la première fois que je suis allé à la Réunion, j'étais en plein chagrin d'amour. Et je suis revenu là-bas. De là-bas, j'étais amoureux. Hey, Angie. Yeah, we have a lot of people tonight. I'm watching you from the UK. Ah, nice. I have to go to London. I have a friend that sends me videos every time that my songs are playing in the UK. I'm like, you gotta take me to one of those parties. I'm coming to London. I'm going to London. I'm going to Manchester. I'm going everywhere. It's 9:30 p.m. Let me see if Anofela is awake. Bro, billions. We're talking about billions. Songs that you were playing like 18 years ago. And now, billions. Billions. J'ai payé la cassette à Kinshasa. Trop de souvenirs. Mon frère devenait fou quand il écoutait In the Air. Hey, In the Air. J'étais persuadé que ça allait être le tube In the Air. Puis finalement, ça a été, on dit quoi? As far as the videos, I meant you are able to sort by which one of the videos with your songs has more views. Like DJ Keda has a video with your track. Yeah, you can see that. On the TikTok analytics, you can see everything. Even on YouTube now, there's a new analytics because I'm starting to also have a lot of shorts, which is the TikTok of YouTube, and in my analytics, I've seen that in my analytics, I know there's a TikTok analytic, but I have no idea where it is. I mean, there's a short analytics, which is engagement, top songs in shorts. So you can see something going on. There's 625 shorts on that's on YouTube, but I know on TikTok I don't know if there's a short views. You can see by songs, but then after that you can now go like, I think you can see the top shorts with your song. Like Song Andrew, 6 million views. Then Getting Ready, 5 million views. So those are same thing. See? Something going on. So you can see them and who did them, and you can leave your like and maybe put a comment, and I did that. So you have like, in terms of analytics, you really can see like where they go, and then on TikTok you can really view like who did what video how, and it's everything is by order of the magnitude of number of views. So it's very interesting. Kaysha, you are a wonderful, talented artist and an amazing man with wisdom, knowledge, kindness, generosity. Oh, thank you so much. This is so rare nowadays. You are one of a kind. Thank you so much. Thank you, ça me fait plaisir. Where Sabrina is telling you guys to ask my Insta. Just put the link. Just send them. Just send them a direct message on Insta. It's easy. Merci la milliardaire. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Love de Toi. I got the story of Love de Toi as well. I will do that. Yeah, that's dope. I'm really like, and me who's really into analytics, I have a lot of information, and that's cool. So yeah, listen, this is what I had for you tonight. Celebrating 25 years of career this year. So 25 years of my album I'm Ready, Telephone, Bounce Baby, and 20 years of Fiona, On dit quoi, 88 BPM, Music Warrior, On dit quoi, Te Quiero. Like, I have a bunch of songs that are turning 20 years this year, and my son is also turning 20 years. So this is a very, very blessed year for me. It's a year of gratitude. I'm super grateful that something going on is exploding. This song is now generating, I think, 900 euros a week. Like, listen, it's like if I was performing every week in a small club, on top of the rest of the catalog. So this is beautiful in terms of what's happening, and I'm releasing tracks every week still. I'm not like watching the world go by. So the next move that I'm gonna do this week is really go talk to a lot of press. I want to do a lot of interviews. I'm gonna find maybe a PR that can organize a lot of interviews so we can talk about the success on TikTok plus the 20 years of all these iconic songs. And this is something that I really want to do. I'm gonna have through the year, I'm gonna do a lot of podcasts. I'm gonna be invited in a lot of podcasts, do a lot of interviews and stuff to talk about this. Probably will travel to go to interviews in different cities. So yeah, I can't feel less blessed than that. It's beautiful. Should do a documentary on my 25 years of career. Yeah, it's starting to be something that I'm gonna start to invest in. That's for real. It's like Miles Davis with beat creating equipment. Wow. All right. Let me play you to leave you guys. I'm gonna leave you with what am I gonna leave you? Since we are playing a lot of African music, I'm gonna. Oh no! Wait. Before I go, let me see if Arno is awake. I saw your message. I do agree, Gillis. Let me wait. Let me see if Arno is awake. Because why did he send me? Now don't worry, Gillis, I'm thinking when it comes to the documentary or even just the celebration of this, I want to do a special video when I'm gonna talk with everybody that was there at the beginning of the career. So either we go all meet somewhere, we do a dinner, or just have them on. I just interview them myself, and we talk about everything, and then I just do a whole video with everything. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna think maybe I'm gonna travel for that and go and maybe go back to Ivory Coast and talk to the people that I worked with at the time. Go back to the West Indies, and because you know me, if I do it, I'm gonna do it, not just gonna. But let me see if Arno is awake. I don't know where he is, but if it's 9 p.m. if he's in Canada, if he's in Canada, it's not too late. If he's in France, it's 4 a.m. I think he's sleeping. I'll send him a message and tell him that I'll tell him that I want him. I had a message. I sent a message to Tia as well. I want to have them on Club Shada and talk about the creation of the track, etc. But yeah, at that time they're all sleeping probably. I don't know where they are. If he's in France, he's probably sleeping. So yeah. So listen, it's been a pleasure as always to be with you. Don't forget that this show is brought to you by Shada, where you can get a sushi roll hoodie like this, and you can also get thank the gods of good fortune. It is 2:52 a.m. in Portugal. Thanks to all the new subscribers on the YouTube channel. Everybody who was on Facebook today, thank you for all the likes. Same thing for everybody that's on YouTube. Don't forget that you can donate to the show with super chat on Facebook and whatever the name is on super chat on YouTube and whatever the name is on YouTube. And I think next week I won't be live on Facebook. So those who are on Facebook watching now, don't forget to subscribe to YouTube, because next week I'll be live on YouTube and Twitch. And I'm gonna leave you with a track called Good Life. Wait, listen. I'm gonna play I'm gonna play Good Life 2007 or 2010. Let me see. 2007, that's the one. 2010 or 2005. I'm playing Good Life 2010. All right. Shada gang, see you soon. Blessings.